Hi, my name is Sneha and I teach at DFC Public School. My students took the ACID exam recently and their scores are here. I'm really excited to know how they've performed. To help me with this, I have received a Teacher My Book. After going through the My Book, I have realized how important and useful this book is. This My Book has various sections within it. Using these sections, I was easily able to evaluate my students' performance, identify learning gaps, and remediate using actionable insights. Let's see how each section helped me do this. First is the Student Performance Table. This is basically a scorecard of all my students. But it not only contains the scores, but it also has the percentiles and the certificates awarded to my students. For my reference, this also contains the correct answers and what option each student has chosen for each question in the paper. This table also tells me what the performance of the question is in my class, in my school, and across the country. Wow! Using this, I can see some questions where my students have done remarkably well. The next section contains the bird's eye view table. ACID, as you know, is a benchmarking test, which means I can see how my section's performance compares with other sections in my school and other students across the country. To get this benchmark percentage of the class, the average score of the class is taken against the national average score. This is how the percentage is calculated. If the value is between 95 to 105%, the class is considered to have performed within the national average range. If their performance is greater than 105%, it means they have performed above national average range. If the class has performed below 95%, it means they have performed lesser than the national average range. The next section shows me how the performance of my students has changed over a year. I'm able to compare their performance this year to their performance in class 6 and to the previous batch, meaning I get a batch-wise as well as a class-wise comparison. Now comes the skill-based summary. All questions in the ACID paper are designed to test a particular skill. The performance of my students in each skill is given along with the performance of the students in my school as well as students across the country. With this table, I can see the skills my students are really good at and those that I need to work on along with them. To make things simpler and convenient, two of the strongest and two of the weakest skills have been highlighted. The next two sections are really helpful too. It shows me which questions my students were able to answer easily and also some that they had some difficulty answering. The other section highlights questions which hints at a potential underlying misconception. This way, I can help my students with these questions. The last section contains some practice questions that I can use to discuss in class with my students. What is great is that all these questions are from the weak skills that were identified earlier. This is very helpful. Although the approach used in the My Book is universal, each My Book is extremely unique, just like all my students and all the classes I teach. Like I said, I am not only able to evaluate performance, but also able to identify weak areas and remediate using this tool. I have gained a deeper understanding of performance now. At first, I wanted to just know what the performance is. Now I am able to understand it.